only one that was like totally nervous this morning about this, but I do have to share with you, after hearing your story and First Lady Trump and just everybody having an opportunity to share words and meeting the folks that I've met so far, it just shows me time and time again that, you know, recovery is everywhere, even in the White House, you know? And so I must say that I'm not very nervous, you know, because I sense the love and I sense the authenticity and the sincerity, you know? But I am a person in long-term recovery. I celebrated 12 years back in April. And I'm originally from Northern Virginia. I am out in Winchester, Virginia, which I don't know if anybody's familiar with that. It's kind of out there. But so the Recovery Connection is a transitional living program for women that struggle with substance use disorder. My partner, well, she's my best friend as well, Meredith Spear. We, 2 years ago, we just celebrated our 2-year anniversary of being open, and we are peer-based as it stands right now. We believe in, I'm a certified peer recovery specialist, and I'm a certified Narcan trainer too. So, yeah. But we believe in cultivating a culture of transparency. You know, we are small right now. We're in the process of expansion beyond one location, and we are becoming residential treatment and not just, so we're incorporating clinical services, which is very exciting. And so I'm looking forward to having a discussion in regards to, at least on a state level here in Virginia, some of the challenges that we face in employing people in recovery in a clinical setting, because oftentimes their records haunt them. And so, you know, that's something that we face on a regular basis because we're in the hiring process right now. And, you know, I have a line out the door of people in recovery that want to work for us because they believe in that unspoken automatic empathy, you know? And we can't. Because there's, you know, legislation that blocks that. So I'm looking forward to having a discussion. I am also a mental health and recovery advocate, and I didn't intentionally sign up for that. Unfortunately, I lost my husband, Danny, to an overdose on September 11th, 2018, an already very solemn day. And so, you know, coming up on the 2-year anniversary of that, I kind of, you know, after his passing, you know, the events leading up to his decline were indicative of some gaps that existed in the system, and every crack that was there, he fell through across several different entities at the crisis level. And so I found a passion in advocating for different types of crisis intervention services, and I just wanted to share, I'm thrilled that in the state of Virginia, as of July 1st, a piece of legislation, SB 903, known as Danny's Law, was passed uncontested. So that's laying a foundation to provide standard operating procedures and how substance use related emergencies are handled in the emergency rooms and hospitals. So I will close with this very, very quickly. When I decided to dive into advocacy, I didn't know what I was doing, but I remember saying to my dad, he has 36 years in recovery, and you know, he said, "You're going to do this, kiddo," and I said, "One day I'm going to get to the White House." Guess what? So thank you so much.
3, 4 people to speak. So if we could keep that in mind so that everybody gets a chance to speak.
Doc, the director, First Lady, and Larry Kay for having us here. My name's Greg Nally. I'm a chef and founder of Nally Fresh Restaurants in the Baltimore region. Fortunate to have 11 locations. 3 of them I solely use for what I call second chance. And it's not just drugs and alcohol. It's rehabilitation from prison and a lot of other things. What I found, and you know, instead of having all my 11 locations with folks in recovery, I feel it's better to have 2 or 3 and have more of a concentrated, energy or synergy with the people because it's mentioned several times today, and it's that connection. It's the connection of people, like-minded people. When Larry talked this morning, he set the tone. Like-minded people that you can talk to. And this whole thing for me is drinking is but a symptom. Drugs are but a symptom. It's everything else. It's how do I handle it? If it's left up to my own devices, I want to feel good quick, and I want to feel good fast, and I want to feel good as easily as I can. And for a long time, that was drugs and alcohol. And now it's not that way, and it doesn't have to be. And so it has, the same man will drink again, and based on my spiritual condition, I have a chance today. And that's what I try to preach with everybody that comes to work with me. And I'm very fortunate. I came in here in a cavalier attitude today, and I am very, very humbled right now. And I'm very grateful. And thanks for having me.
I know time's limited, but I have to say, Greg, I talk about the stores. I was able to visit the store once, and I shared that story about the practice there because it blew my mind because, I'm so often going to a situation or a location where they have like one person or two people in recovery. And much like Patty, Greg sort of slapped me around and said, no, we're bringing everyone together in one location because they can recognize when someone is about to slip, when someone is about to go down that path, more so than someone who has never experienced the disease of addiction. Someone else can see. And I think you were the first person to said, you relapse before you relapse. So thank you for putting my head on the right way near the beginning of my term.
Thank you.